Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We have some more people coming in from the waiting room. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, everyone. My name is Erin Bailey. I'm a project manager for the Foundation for Black Women's Wellness. I'm here to welcome you to Yoga with Stephanie for Project Live Well, a fitness and wellness program of the Foundation. We're so excited that you could join us this morning. This is just a quick little introduction to introduce you to our fabulous instructor, Stephanie Bradley Wilson. We're going to encourage each and every one of you all to go ahead and turn on those cameras so that Stephanie can see how you're doing and how you're progressing as we grow through our yoga. And if you guys have any questions, go ahead and drop them in the chat. I know it's a little weird doing yoga via Zoom, but we're so excited to see your happy and lovely faces this morning. Again, go ahead and pop on those cameras. We'd love to see you this morning. And for everybody joining us on Facebook Live, we're so excited that you could join us this morning. And take it away, Stephanie. Thanks.
Thank you, Erin. Good morning, yogis. So happy to be back and to be invited back to the Black Women's Foundation, as well as to the Live Well Project. Just a couple of reminders that I want to go through before we start our practice this morning. So first of all, we're going to focus on breathing. Breathing in our class is normally done through the nose. We do deep diaphragmatic breathing, and that's the key to having a successful practice. Second thing, feeling. We want to make sure that we feel something in every pose. So during class, I'll try to remind you to check in with your body and to modify the poses so that you are making the pose fit your body as opposed to the other way around. And then we want to listen to the body. We want to let go of competition, let go of judgment, let go of expectation. So in yoga, we turn our attention inward and we encourage ourselves to let go of external comparisons and judgments and allow us to have a deeper experience in our yoga practice. So we learn to let go of competition and expectations. We practice based on how we feel today, not on how we felt on our last yoga practice. So yoga is a process and a journey, not a destination. We also want to stay in the present moment. So wherever you are, in the bedroom, living room, wherever, you can turn off your TV, turn off your phone, at least silence it, close the door just so that you can focus on yourself. So we're going to go ahead and get started. If you have a blanket or a pillow that you want to sit on, why don't you go ahead and do that? We'll be spending a little bit of time on our knees. So if you want to make your knees feel more comfortable, go ahead and do that by either doubling up your mat or by placing a blanket or another soft object on top of your mat. That's good. So we're going to first start in a seated position, seated posture, Tadasana. So what I'm going to ask you to do is to have your legs crossed in front of you. We're going to sit high up on our sit bones. Our shoulders are going to be back and down. And we're going to just allow our belly to relax. So we're going to start off breathing through the nose and exhaling through the nose. Again, breathing in through our nose and exhaling through the nose. I'm going to ask you to take your right hand, place it on your heart, and your left hand to place almost on top of your navel. And again, breathing in through our nose and exhaling through the nose. If it's comfortable, close your eyes and feel your heartbeat. Feel as you inhale how your stomach goes out, and as you exhale, your chest lowers. Continuing this pattern for a few more breaths. Just allowing our mind to notice the sensations in our body. And just to change it up a little bit, we're going to breathe in through the nose and exhale through an open mouth, nice and slow. Again, breathing in through the nose. And as we exhale this time, let's say, ha. Breathing in and releasing, ha. And one more time, breathing in and releasing, ha. So let's take our hands and place them on our thighs. Legs are still crossed. And if it's more comfortable, you can also just switch the position of your legs. Put the leg that was closest to your torso in front. And we're going to move into another breathing pose, alternate nostril breathing. Eyes are still closed. And what I'm going to ask you to do is to lift your right hand. You're going to place your thumb over your right nostril. Your fourth finger and third finger will rest upon your brow. And then you will use the little finger and the second finger when it's time to cover the left nostril. So how this breathing works is that we'll breathe in through the left nostril as we close off the right nostril. So breathe in through the left nostril, closing off the right nostril. Pause. And then as we exhale through the right nostril, we're going to close off the left nostril and release the right nostril. Breathe in through the right nostril. Pause. Release the left nostril and cover the right nostril and exhale through the left nostril. Let's do this a few more times. Breathing in through the left nostril. Pause. Exhale through the right nostril as we release our thumb off the nostril. Breathing in through the right nostril. Pause and breathe out through the left nostril. Continuing this for just a few more breaths, breathing in, pausing, and exhaling through the opposite nostril. Do 2 more cycles. And when you're finished with the last cycle, place your hands on your thighs and just resume normal breathing. And I'm going to turn our music on. We're going to start off our practice, our active practice with body circles. So we're just going to make some small circles with our upper torso. Starting small. Allowing gravity to do its work when we come down to the lower edge of our mat. And notice the sensation along the middle of our torso. Making the circles a little bit larger. And let's go in the opposite direction. Starting small. Getting larger. And again, let's go in the opposite direction. This time, let's get our shoulders involved. rolling the shoulders forward. Backwards. And opposite direction. If you can hear the music, being able to move with the beat of the music. And let's come to stillness. Again, we want to make sure our sits bones are nice and firm on the mat. Our navel is pulled in towards the spine. Our shoulders are back and down, and we're lifting up through our breastbone. Let's take our hands and place them on the floor. So the tips of our fingers is just resting really gently on the floor. On an inhale, let's lift the arms up. And exhale the arms back down. Inhale the arms up. And exhale back down. One more time, lifting the arms up. Our hands are coming together at the top of our head in prayer. And we're going to slowly bring the hands down in front of our face into our chest. And pause. Stretching the arms out again, lifting the arms up on an inhale. And exhaling the arms back down. One more time, inhaling the arms up. And exhaling the arms back down. Adding on, bringing the arms up. And this time, as we exhale the arms down, we're going to bring our hands behind our back, holding on to the wrists, or if it feels good, holding on to the elbows. Regardless of which one you choose, we want to make sure that we're lifting up through our chest, because this is going to be a heart opener practice. And releasing the hands and inhaling the arms back up. And exhaling the arms back down. Again, let's bring the hands behind our back, holding on to our wrists or to the elbows. Lifting up our chest, shoulders are back and down. Releasing the hands, bringing the arms up again, adding on, bringing the hands above our head, interlocking our fingers, turning the palms up towards the sky, and bringing the arms in front of our chest, and lifting the arms back up on an inhale, exhaling the arms back down, and releasing the arms wide, palms are facing up towards the ceiling. We're going to lift up the left arm. We're going to take the right arm, and we're going to bring it behind our back. And then we're going to bend our left elbow and bring that hand towards our back. So if you have a belt, you can hold on to the belt or a strap. The hands don't need the touch, but we're really stretching our shoulder here as well as the bicep. We're going to release the left arm, bring it out to the side, followed by the right arm. Inhale both arms up. This time we're going to take the left hand and bring it behind our back. And then bend the right elbow and bring the right elbow or hand behind our back. And hold. And then extend both arms out. Let's inhale the arms up, interlocking the hands one more time. And we're going to hinge forward, keeping the back nice and straight. Our chin is going to be parallel with the floor. We're holding right here. We're going to bring the hands down to the mat, still keeping the back, the spine nice and straight. We're going to allow the forearms to come down to the mat. We're going to walk our hands out just a little bit, so we should feel the stretch along the back of the arms up into the shoulders. We're going to take the chin and bring it into our chest, rounding our back. Forearms are on the floor, bringing the nose towards the floor or towards our shins. Inhale up slightly, and then exhale the chin back down towards the chest. One more time, inhale, bringing the chin up, and exhale the chin back down. Pressing through our sits bones. Knees are moving towards the floor. Forehead moving towards the floor. Let's walk our hands back into or towards our legs. Straighten our legs out in front of us. Maybe shake them just a little bit. Let's fold the legs back, and you can again switch the legs so that you're comfortable. Inhale the arms up. Take that right arm to the floor, and then we're going to hinge over to the right side. Our left arm is over our left ear. Inhale the arm up. Bring that left arm down to the floor, tilting the left hand, lifting up the right arm, and exhaling over to the left side. And let's windmill back and forth, stretching our side body. Matching the movement with the breath, inhaling the arm up and over. Inhaling the arm up and over. And exhaling towards the center. Let's do one more on each side. And let's bring our palms together in front of our chest. So in today's practice, we're going to be doing a lot of down dog. And I want to make sure that when we're in down dog, that you have your fingers spread wide on your hand, that you really are using your finger pads to dig into the mat so that you're reducing the pressure on your wrists. But before we do any down dogs, we're just going to do a little bit of warm up for our wrists. So first, we're just going to make circles with the wrists. And then go in the opposite direction. And then let's take with our hands and make fists, spreading the fingers nice and wide when we open up the hands. And then we're going to wave the hands and the wrists back and forth. And one more time, let's make some fists. Opening the hands nice and wide when they are open, popping them open wide. And then we're going to take our arms, spread them out in front of us, straight in front of us. Palms are facing forward. And then we're going to take the hands so that the fingertips are reaching towards the floor and wave them back and forth. And let's bring the hands back together in front of our chest, pressing the hands together isometrically to get that strength back into the arms and the forearms, making sure that we're lifting up the breastbone. And we're going to rotate to the right, back to center, rotate to the left, back to center, one more time to the right, and then one more time to the left. We're going to move to all fours into a tabletop position. We're going to make sure that our wrists are under our shoulders. Again, we want to make sure the hands are spread wide. Knees are under hips. Top of the feet are on the floor. Moving into cat and cow. We're going to inhale, navel comes into the spine, and press through our hands and allow the tops of our shoulders to come nice and wide. Our gaze is looking towards our thighs. And we're going to exhale in the cow, allowing the abdomen to drop, the tail moves towards the back. Shoulder blades are coming together. Inhale into cat. Again, looking at our thighs. Pressing through the hands. Exhale into cow. Let's go a little bit faster, matching the movement with the breath. Feeling our shoulder blades spread nice and wide as we are in cat, and then dropping the abdomen, and our gaze is looking ahead as we're in cow. Let's do a couple more of these and come to a neutral spine. Make any adjustments as needed. We're going to move into our balance pose, spinal balance. Let's take the right leg. We're just going to stretch it back. Our toes are on the floor. Our gaze is looking down. And we're just going to rock back and forth using our toes to help us get that rocking motion. We're going to lift up the right leg. And then we're going to extend the left arm. Gaze again is at the floor. And let's drop the right leg and bring the left arm down. Moving to the opposite side. We're going to stretch out the left leg. Our toes are on the floor. Our navel is engaged. We're pressing down through our finger pads. And we're going to lift the left leg up. So the foot should be flexed. And then we're going to extend the right arm out. And then we're going to move back and forth for spinal balance. Stretching out the arms, stretching out the leg, moving in opposite directions. Let's do 2 more in each position. And then meet me back in a neutral spine. We're going to take the right leg. We're going to extend it back. And so the left foot should intersect with the right foot. Taking our right hand, placing it on our hip. And as we're in this side plank, we want to make sure our chest is facing forward so that our navel is facing the wall that's in front of us. We're going to lift up the right arm. And then we're going to bring that right arm over our right ear. So again, we're stretching in opposite directions from the sole of our right foot out through the fingertips of our right hand. And let's lift the arm all the way up to the sky. We can look up at our hand. And then bringing that back to the ground. And moving to the opposite side. Left leg is extended. The foot is firmly on the ground. Our right foot should be intersecting with the left foot. We're going to take our left hand, place it on our hip. And again, we want our chest to be raised, our navel facing the wall. Starting off with our left hand on our left hip. We're going to extend that arm up and then allow the left arm to come over our head. So our bicep is near our left ear. And then we're stretching through the foot, through the leg, through the shoulder, through the fingertips. And let's bring that arm up. We can gaze up at the left hand. And then bring that arm down to the floor. Moving into our next pose, down dog, Adho Mukha Shavasana. Again, we're going to make sure we have a good foundation. Hands are spread wide, knees are under hips. And as we press through our hands, we're going to curl our toes, keep the knees bent deeply, and then just lift up off the ground as we're pushing the floor away from us. So if we need to make any adjustments with our feet should be about hip width distance apart. Our head is hanging in between our arms. Ears are sort of behind or between the biceps. And again, we can keep the knees deeply bent. And as we press through our toes, we're going to lift our hips up nice and high. And let's bring our knees back down to the floor. And let's go back into down dog one more time. Again, pressing through the fingertips, pressing the floor away, keeping the knees nice and bent as we lift our hips high. So it's okay if the knees are bent. If we have tight hamstrings, we want to take care. And then holding here for 3, 2, and 1. Bringing our knees back down. We're going to take our hands and arms and spread them out onto the floor, bringing the forearms down, stretching out our torso on the floor as we move into our Sphinx Pose. So we're pressing through our hands, we're pressing through our forearms, our chest is towards the front or lifted up and facing forward. We're not squeezing our buttocks. Top of the feet are on the ground as we hold here into Sphinx. We're going to bring our face towards the floor. We'll place our hands under our shoulders. Our elbows are close to our bodies. And we're going to move into Cobra. Into our baby Cobra, our first baby Cobra. And exhale back down. Let's inhale up into Cobra one more time. And exhale back down. Keeping our hands under our shoulders. Curling our feet, coming to our knees. Making any adjustments as needed as we move back into down dog. With our eyes, let's look at our thumbs as we walk forward, keeping the hands onto the mat. We can take our hands now and place them right under our knees as we halfway lift for our forward fold. We're going to exhale back down, the hands to the ankles or to the floor. Bending the knees deeply, let's bring the arms all the way up. And exhale our arms down alongside of our body to our first standing pose, Tadasana, mountain pose. So having a good foundation is important in yoga. We want to make sure, again, that the knees are under our hips. Our hips are under our shoulders. Navel is pulled in towards the spine. Shoulders are back and down as we stand strong in our mountain pose, Tadasana. Let's inhale the arms up and exhale the arms all the way down, bending the knees, allowing our elbows to come together, and because we're holding our elbows, we're bending our knees. Our chest is resting on our thighs, and the top of the head is towards the floor. So we're letting our upper torso just melt towards the floor, letting gravity do its work. And holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's bring the arms all the way up. And exhale back down. Halfway lift. Hands are below our knees. Our spine is nice and long. Our gaze is looking towards the floor. Bring the hands down towards the mat. You can bend the knees. We're going to step back with the right foot into down dog, followed by the left foot. Exhale. Our ears are between our biceps. We're going to move into plank. So we're pressing the floor away through our hands. Our shoulders are slightly above or in front of our wrists. And we're holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's bring the knees down, the top of the feet, as we slide down towards the floor. Hands are under our shoulders. We're going to press through the hands, keeping our elbows tight to the body, and lift up into cobra. We've been here before. Make sure we're not tightening our butt. And then exhale back down. Inhale back into cobra. And exhale back down. Inhale in the cobra one more time. And exhale back down. Press through the hands, come to all fours. And again, we're going to move into down dog. With our right foot, we're going to bring our foot in between our thumbs. We're going to take the left knee, bend it down to the floor as we move into our lunge pose. So with lunge, we want to make sure that the back foot is flat on the floor. We have a nice angle here. We have a nice angle here as we're lunging forward. We want to make sure that we have good alignment with the knee and the ankle. Although in this pose, it's okay that the knee slightly goes ahead of the ankle. We're going to lift the arms up. We have a modified back bend here. And then we're going to bring the arms into goalpost arms. Again, lifting up through the chest bone. Let's take the hands to the floor and then take the right leg behind us. We're going to move to the opposite side. Let's take the left foot in front. As we move into our low lunge, we can feel the work along the right leg. We're going to inhale the arms up. Bend our elbows, nice and wide. Shoulder blades are coming together as we hold here. We're going to bring the hands to the floor. Take the left foot behind us. We're on all fours. We're going to press back into down dog. Look towards our thumbs. Take the right foot in between our hands. We're going to take our left hand, place it flat on the floor, and we're going to raise up the right arm for our twisting lunge. Let's bring that right hand back down. We're going to straighten the right leg. The left foot is going to be flat on the floor as we bring our chest towards our upper thigh, and our nose is coming towards our knee. We're going to place the hands onto the floor, take the right foot and bring it back behind us, lifting that right foot up into a three-legged down dog. And then bring that leg back down to our traditional down dog. So let's take the left foot, bring it in between the thumbs. We're going to take the right hand, place it on the floor. And we're going to lift up the left arm. And exhale that arm back down. Moving back into a three-legged down dog. Let's take that left leg and lift it nice and high. And exhale it back down. Let's come back to our knees. Let's open the legs nice and wide. Our big toes are coming together as we move into child's pose. So in child's pose, we want our forehead to come down towards the floor. We have the option of being able to have the arms out long and the forehead onto the floor, or we can take our hands, place them under our forehead so that the hands are flat on the floor. Or third option is to make fists with our hands, so that gives us a little bit more height and allows the hands or the forehead to come on top of our fist. Whichever is going to be most comfortable for you, use the modification that's going to help. Hips are back over our heels. And we'll rise in 3, 2, and 1, coming back to all fours. Pressing back into down dog. Looking at our thumbs, we're going to take our left foot and bring it in between our hands. We're going to take the right foot planted on the floor. We're going to do a reverse cartwheel with our hands and coming into Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. So with Warrior 2, we want to make sure we have a nice wide stance. The front leg is bent, and we can get a little bit deeper into the pose by pressing through that rear foot. We want to make sure that that rear foot is nice and firm and planted on the ground. Our arms are going in opposite directions. Our torso is in the middle of our hips, so we shouldn't be leaning forward, but really we need to be right in the middle. Shoulders are back and down, and our gaze is over our front hand. We're going to drop the back arm to the thigh, turn the palm over with the front hand, and move into reverse warrior. Again, we're feeling the stretch along the side body, along the left side body. Pressing through the front foot, pressing through the back foot. Coming back into Warrior 2. Bending that left arm at the elbow, and then allowing that to rest onto the thigh. So it's a gentle rest. We're not collapsing into the leg, but we're really being nice and firm. We also have the option of taking that left arm and dropping it so that it's going towards the floor. So regardless if you're here or here, we're going to lift up the right arm. It can stay here, or it can move over the ear. We also want to make sure that our navel is facing forward, the chest is lifted. And we're going to come back out of side angle into Warrior 2. We're going to take our hands, place them on our hips. We're just turning our torso. The back foot turns ever so slightly into Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Lift the arms all the way up and hold. Exhale the arms into goalpost arms. Chest again is lifted. Arms are nice and strong. We're going to straighten the left foot. Bringing our hands together in front of our chest. And as we exhale, we're going to hinge forward, keeping a slight bend in that front leg. So just like when we do that halfway lift, our gaze is looking to the floor. Our chin is not tucked into our chest. We're going to take our hands out of prayer, slide them down our leg, move our torso slightly so that it's over the extended leg. And we're going to allow the nose to move towards our knee. Chest is resting on the thigh. Into pyramid pose. And let's walk our hands all the way up, bringing the arms straight alongside the ears. And we're going to move back into warrior two. Bring the hands in front of our chest. Our toes are facing the wall. So we're on the side of our mat. Hands are on our hips. We're pressing into the V section of the pelvis here. And as we're pressing, we're going to hinge forward, keeping a nice long spine. Allow the hands to slide down the legs. Top of the head to come towards the floor. And we're going to inhale the arms all the way up into our five-pointed star. Turning the toes out. Bringing the elbows into our waist. Bending our knees. And then inhaling up and exhaling back down. Inhaling up and exhaling back down. And let's do this just for a few more times. So as we're moving in our five-star pose, we want to make sure that our tail is tucked in so that we're not leaning too far forward, but we're just going straight up and down. And as we come back to our squat position, we're going to hold. Bring our hands in front of our chest. We're going to lift the right heel up and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring that right heel down. Let's lift up the left heel. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower that left heel. Now we're lifting up both heels and holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bringing both heels down, standing straight up, turning the feet towards the long side of the mat, opening up the arms. And we're moving back into warrior two arms. So bring the arms straight out. Let's take that right foot, turn it towards the other front of the mat. Let's bend the right leg. And again, making sure our torso is in the middle of our back and our gaze is over the right extended arm. Holding here. Let's drop the left arm, turn the palm over on the right arm, lift it up on an inhale into our reverse warrior and hold. Remember, pressing through that back foot allows you to bend deeper into this reverse warrior. Let's come back into warrior two. Take our hands to our hips. Straighten that front leg just slightly for repositioning our body. Our hips are facing what's now the front of the mat. We're keeping the front leg bent. We're pressing through the back foot into Virabhadrasana 1, warrior 1. Bring the arms up alongside the body. Bring our hands together in front of our chest. Extend the front leg. Exhale, down, hinging down, keeping a long spine, allowing the hands to slide down our legs. And then we're taking our nose towards our knee, keeping a micro bend in that front leg, allowing the chest to rest on top of the leg. Let's walk our hands back up, coming back into warrior two, bringing the hands together in front of our chest. Again, moving towards the side of our mat. Hands come back to our hips, opening up that chest by lifting the chest up. Shoulder blades are coming together, and we're hinging forward. Sliding the hands down the legs. This time, hands can come to the floor. We're going to turn the hands so that they're facing the wall behind us. We're walking the hands back. Top of the head comes down. We're feeling the stretch along the back of the arms, along the fingertips, along the thighs. Let's walk our hands so that they're facing the front of the mat, alongside the mat. We're coming up onto our fingertips. We're walking our hands out. We're placing the hands on the mat so that we're almost in down dog arms. Our ears are going to be between the biceps. Walk the hands back. Place the right hand on the right hip, left hand on the left hip. Press in through the pelvic and then lift up. Turn the left foot out and moving back into warrior two. Bringing our hands together and then stepping towards the front of our mat. And let's inhale the arms up and exhale the arms back. Inhale the arms all the way up as we move into our chair pose. Bending the knees. Let's look down at our feet. Our feet are about hip width distance apart. We should be able to see our toes. Our stomach is engaged by pulling the navel back. The shoulders are back and down. We're going to bring our hands into our chest. We're going to take our left foot, press down to the floor, moving into airplane. We're going to lift up that right leg, and we're going to step it back behind us, keeping it lifted into the sky. As we hinge forward, hands can remain at our chest, hands can be at the sides with fingers pointing back, or they can be towards the front. Regardless of where your hands are, let's bring them all back to our chest. And we're going to come to an upright position, keeping that leg bent. And then we're going to wrap the right leg across the left to our eagle legs and pause here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the leg. Bring our hands alongside of our body. Let's shake a little bit to get our feeling back into our body. Move into the opposite side. We're going to bring our arms up alongside of our ears to our chair pose. Again, let's look at our stance. Let's bring our hands into our chest. We're going to put weight onto the right foot, lifting up to the toe tips on the left foot. Lifting up and allowing that left leg to go towards the rear. It's in the air. It's an airplane. As we hinge more, we can stay right here with our hands in front of our chest. We can extend the arms behind us. We can extend the arms in front of us. Starting back with the hands at our chest, we're going to lift the left leg up and cross it over the right into our eagle arms. We can stand here. We can stand here. Let's bring the hands back together. And let's bring the left foot to the ground. Let's bend their knees deeply, bringing the arms all the way up. And coming back into our Tadasana, our mountain pose. And let's take a nice deep breath in. And exhaling through an open mouth. One more time, inhaling in. And exhaling through the open mouth. Let's bring the arms all the way up. And exhale the arms back down. One more time, inhaling the arms up. And forward folding. Hands come towards our ankles or the floor. Halfway lift. Let's bring the legs back, our hands back down. Place the hands onto the floor. Come into all fours. And let's press up into down dog. And let's come into plank. And then let's come all the way down to the floor. Again, let's press with the hands under our shoulders. Shoulder blades are coming together. We can move into cobra, or we can move into up dog by taking the knees off the floor, engaging the core, top of the feet are down, and holding for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's bring the knees back down to the floor, and let's come into a seated position. We're going to extend the legs out in front of us. Bring the arms up alongside the body. And we're going to hinge forward as our hands rest on our ankles or shins. We want to make sure that the feet are nice and flexed. Toes are pointing up towards the ceiling. And we're going to drop our chin towards our chest as we hinge forward. And let's walk the hands back up. Again, keeping the feet flexed for now. We're going to bring our right foot towards our pelvis, and we'll take our right arm and wrap it around the right knee. We're going to take the left arm and bring it behind us as we twist towards the left side, starting with our waist, keeping the left foot flexed. Let's come back towards the front. Take our left arm, wrap it around the left knee. Lift up the right arm, bring it behind us as we twist towards the right. And let's bring the right arm and wrap both arms around our knee, sitting up nice and tall. And stretching out the right leg in front of us. Moving to the opposite side, we're going to bring the left foot in towards the pelvis. Take the left arm, wrap it around the left knee, lift up the right arm, bring it behind us, and twist to the right side. And bringing the right arm, wrapping around the left knee, lift up the left arm, bring it behind us. And then let's bring the left arm and wrap it around the left knee. And stretching out the left leg, let's lift up the arms one more time and hinge forward. And let's take our hands and place them under our knees as we're bending our knees. We're going to bring our knees into our chest as we roll backwards. Lifting up the legs, the soles of the feet are towards the floor, allowing the shoulders to rest nice and gentle and melting into the floor. Let's bring the knees back into the chest one more time. Feet are on the floor. We're going to heel toe the feet apart, but allow the knees to rest against one another into our constructive rest pose. Let's bring our feet back together. Let's stretch the legs long. And then glide our hands and arms along the floor until the arms are next to our ears. And we're going to stretch through the toes, through the fingers. And we're going to bring the arms to about a 45-degree angle, allowing the palms to face up and the toes and the feet to turn out in opposite directions, allowing the back of the body to melt into the floor. Our buttocks are nice and soft. Thighs are soft. Legs are soft. Feet are relaxed. Eyes are closed. Lips gently parted. As we move into our final pose, Shavasana, I just have a short reading that I'm going to do while you're relaxing in Shavasana. It's called Keep Your Heart Open. Keep your heart open even when you can't have what you want. It's easy to keep our hearts open to life's magic and all its possibilities when we have what we want. It's more of a challenge and more necessary than ever to keep our hearts open when we can't have what we want. Even on the best journey, things happen. Plans change. Things shift and move around. This shifting and moving causes doors to close, relationships to end, blocks and frustrations to appear on our path. For now, that is what we see. For now, what we know is disappointment. We can't have what we want and it hurts. When that happens, our tendency may be to shut down, close our hearts, forget all we've learned. Keep your heart open anyway. Consciously choose to do that. Yes, you can go away, you can leave, you can shut down, but you don't need to. Now is a turning point. If you choose to open your heart, even when you can't have what you want, miracles will unfold. For now, remember this. Even though you don't have what you want right now, keep your heart open anyway. Later, you'll see more. You'll see how it worked out, how it needed to be just so. So continue resting. So roll to one side or the other, whether it's the right or the left, and pause here. Let's press our way up to a seated position, eyes closed, sitting in a position that's comfortable for you. And let's end the way we started with gentle circles. Hands are on our knees. And let's move in the opposite direction. And let's come to stillness. Extend the arms out to the side, lifting them on an inhale, nice and slow. Hands come together above our head in prayer. Let's look up. Eyes can still be closed. And slowly bring our hands together, pausing in front of our forehead, moving the hands down so that they end in front of our chest. Take our chin and move it towards our chest and give thanks for this day, for allowing us to be together, for allowing us to take time to honor our bodies and our minds. Enjoy your day. Thank you for coming. Namaste.